After Harvard rejected White House demands including a mask ban and an end to all diversity, equity and inclusion programs, the Trump administration froze $2.3 billion in funding to the Ivy League institution, threatened to strip its tax-exempt status, and take away its ability to enroll foreign students, among other demands, including seeking information on the institution's foreign ties and faculty. Harvard has since sued the Trump administration in an effort to block the funding freeze, calling it unlawful and beyond the government's authority.
Everyone was looking to see who would be the first universities to stand up to the Trump administration, and I'm really heartened that it is Harvard, one of the nation's oldest institutions, certainly one of the most well endowed, with a lot of frankly political connections. I mean, this could be a game changer in terms of saving the sector. University Office of the President is taking a very different stance. They're saying, look, we have taken very strong stances and positions to curb what you might perceive as being anti-Semitism on our campus. We do not think that what you're doing is lawful, and we will not allow the federal government to essentially decide what happens on university campuses.
The Trump administration has since also paused some funding to universities, including Columbia, Cornell, Princeton and Brown, among others. Trump here asked why he was considering changing Harvard's tax-exempt status.
It's a disgrace. I think what they did was a disgrace. They're obviously anti-Semitic, and all of a sudden they're starting to behave. But when you see what they were saying, what they were doing, when you see the way they took care of events, when you watch that woman, that horrendous president that ruined the image of Harvard, maybe permanently, in Congress, in the halls of Congress, when you take a look at what happened there, it was horrific.
The Harvard community, titled Upholding Our Values and Defending Our University, the institution's president, Alan Garber, who is Jewish, vowed to fight hate with the urgency it demands, but that the government's funding freeze would put in jeopardy critical research into children's cancer, infectious disease outbreaks, and Alzheimer's, among others, as students also weighed in.
Research at risk, whether it be about gender studies and gender-affirming care, as well as reproductive care. There are certainly Middle Eastern studies and all kinds of research, especially within sciences and medicine, but also especially within regional studies are very under fire right now.
The president of Harvard's decision to, not obey by the Trump's administration attacks on university is pretty courageous, and I fully support it. I think it's important as a community here to, gather and face this all together. And I think this is an attack on academic freedom, and I think it's a threat to democracy.
I'm incredibly proud right now that Harvard is standing up for academic integrity, that it's standing up for free speech, and we just hope that Harvard is gonna continue to stand up against any pressure from the Trump administration.
Statement, the leaders of over 100 universities and colleges across the United States called for constructive engagement with the government, warned that its actions were now endangering American higher education, and that while they were open to constructive reform and did not oppose legitimate government oversight, they do oppose undue government intrusion and rejected what it termed as the coercive use of public research funding. Developments coming in a broader context, where the Trump administration has now revoked the legal status of hundreds of international students as part of a broader immigration crackdown, and the targeting of individuals who had taken part in some form or another in pro-Palestinian protests across the country, often at university campuses last year. Once a visa is revoked, a student must leave the country immediately or risk deportation. The status of their studies of little consequence. Several lawsuits have now been filed in that regard as well, citing a lack of due process. Sherman Bryce's SABC News, New York.